Look, I come from a disadvantaged background, but I was lucky enough to get out of it and into the opulent society. Material is important to us. My dad always tells me, dress the way you want to be addressed. You know, that's a materialistic thing, but it's rooted in self-identity. Most of our experiences come from material things because we didn't have that luxury. So the material is part of the experience because, I mean, experience is something new. And this, South Africa, is something new for us. So I think it's one and the same thing for us. We don't go mountain climbing or like these crazy things. You know, we like to go out for drinks, we like to go out to chisa nyamas, there's a lot of camaraderie, and that's what our experiences are mostly made out of, being together. Being a young Black South African, I care about how I look. I care about where I stand in society. So money does have something to do with status on how I carry myself. I'd rather be sitting in VIP in the club than in general. I care about the car that I drive. I care about what I wear. I care about the caliber of woman I'm with, you know? What people see, that status. If people say, hey, this guy is cool. That's what status is to me. But what I'd like status to be is respect. Not because of what people think of me in a material basis, but what people think of me as a person of integrity. Yeah, so my innate values should be the measure of my status and not my material possessions. That's what I'd like. I'm aspiring to. You know, people say we don't know where we belong, but we've managed to create this one identity where, you know, barriers are being challenged, you know, rules are being broken, and everybody sees it as a bad thing, and I don't know why. We're creating a unified identity, and I think we're so loud and obnoxious and so opinionated that it's forcing people to listen, and it's forcing change. And we have the power, we have the connectivity, we have the technology, we have the forward thinking, and we have the invention to change the world. And I think we are a force to be reckoned with. Don't get it twisted. Affirmation is a part of what I do. I'm not a selfish filmmaker. I make film so that people can listen, you know. So in that regard, I am affected by the latest trends, by what people do, what people want. But at the same time, I understand that I have the opportunity to change what society dictates. So I think it's just about accepting that people affect me. And once I accept that, I understand how I can affect them. Brands can contribute to building a better world by changing the ideas that are associated with those brands, because brands are such a big part of our lives and our ideals, the way that we treat people. Yes, there is what we should do, but it's not what we do. There's a lot of things that we should do that we don't do, but I think this is a start, you know, to changing those things. And yes, we should, but the sad fact is that we don't, and you know, that's just the truth. But what would you do as a person to make the world a better place, you know? And I think behind brands, there are people. You know, and behind this interview, there's someone like me. So I will take that question and put it back at you, who's controlling that brand. You know, what are you doing to make the world a better place? And I think if we think like that, then brands should behave in a way that they would like to see the world. Cool. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it.